Also, the mother of a 14-year-old Keren, who was raped at a private school in Abuja, has demanded justice by asking the law enforcement agencies to figure out the rapist. The deceased mother alleged that since the death of her daughter, police have not done enough to bring the perpetrator to book. She called on the federal government to come to her and also reserve the puzzles surrounding the death of her daughter. Our correspondent Benedict Uku has more in this report.
14-year-old Keren Aondudu Akbaga was a student of Premier Academy Lugbe Abuja who was allegedly raped in her school, a situation that eventually led to her death on 22nd June 2021. Since her death, the school denied that the crime was committed by any of its staff to save the school the embarrassment. While narrating the circumstances that led to the death of her 14-year-old daughter, Keren's mother said there is a deliberate distortion of facts and publicity stunt by Premier Academy Lugbe to preserve their business interests without respect to the life of her daughter. She demanded justice, adding that the law enforcement agencies should figure out who the rapist was.
They said the PTA had reached out to me. That's not true. It was after I buried my daughter, the PTA called that they would want to pay me a condolence visit. And I told them that I wasn't in a state of mind to receive anybody. I want justice for my daughter, but above all, I want the Nigerian child to be protected. This should never happen to another child again. It's a space no parent would love to stand in. I barely sleep. It's been pretty hard. But at the same time, I have 3 other children I must take care of. She was the only girl I had, so she was my friend, she was my confidant, she was a mother to her brothers. It's been very hard on all of us.
The Coalition of Gender-Based Violence Responders, a body currently investigating the incident, has accused the school management and the police at an attempt to stampede justice. The leader of the group, Lemi Uregbe, alleged that the police is working against protection of human rights rather than working to bring out the rapist. On the account disclosed earlier by the school, the group also said the school has been preoccupied with wanting to look good to the public rather than work to bring out the rapist.
Premier Academy Lugbe, when they could not stop our rally through the police, sent a journalist who is my friend. And if they deny it, we will say, talk about it fully. I should name my price. I should name my price in order not to do the rally. And I say this for anybody who cares to listen. I stand tall. I am not among the Nigerians who has a prize. The only price Premier Academy Lugbe can pay me for this to end is that they hand over the rapist who raped Keren Abushakba. We will not be cowed, we will not be blackmailed, we will not be intimidated. But by next week, we submitted a petition to the Social Services Secretariat. By next week, if we do not hear from them, we will call them out, because we have on record that a director in the FCTA had told them to look the other way because of his or her interest. I'm not giving out gender yet. We will call them out. We will embarrass anybody we need to embarrass. We will show them that Keren Abuch symbolizes the fight to create safe spaces for children, to save our children, and the perpetrators must be brought to book. And if Premier Academy continues like this, we will move to the point of getting the school shut down. We say it on our honor.
The police have refused to release medical reports to the family of the deceased almost a month after her death. Meanwhile, the group also disclosed that they've already petitioned the Human Rights Commission to launch a full-scale investigation, vowing to use both legal means to bring the perpetrator to book.